15 reasons why you should invest in snail production. Number one reason is the enterprise requires little capital to set up. Snail Enterprise requires very little capital to set the enterprise up. Most at times, agricultural enterprises are capital intensive, but for snail production, little capital is required to set up snail enterprise. The second point is you can invest in snail enterprise because it does not require much professional knowledge for proper management. A little knowledge about snail production can help you manage your snail production enterprise to bring about optimal snail output. The third point, the third reason why you should invest in snail enterprise is snail itself is free of diseases. And once you maintain good management practices, you realize that snail require no serious attention to treat any form of disease. It doesn't require any vaccination program neither, as compared to poultry production. So snail is free of diseases, makes it easy to manage and a better production enterprise. The fourth reason why you should invest in snail production is that snail enterprise requires less labor to manage. Less labor in the sense that feeding is done once in a day. Giving them water can be done once in a day, and cleaning the snail pen does not require much labor to clean the snail pen. So snail enterprise require less labor to manage. The fifth reason why you should invest in snail production is it is a noiseless venture. So even if you are in a urban area, you can as well raise snails. Snail can be a good venture for you to go into because it is a noiseless venture. The sixth point here is snail production does not constitute nuisance for a smelly environment. Reason being that it can be contained and it does not pollute the environment. Seventh point where you should go into snail production is snails have low mortality rate and they have very high fecundity. Fecundity in the sense that it has high rate of production, high rate of reproduction, and low mortality. So if you combine these two traits in snail production, you realize that you have very high return on investment in your snail production. The eighth reason why you need to invest in snail production is that snail feed on roughages and fruits. They also eat leftover food from the home, and these roughages and fruits are, as they are available round the season, can be fed to the snails and it will support snail production. So you don't have to be looking for feed, or you don't have to invest so high in feed like in poultry, where it is a must for you to give your poultry birds feed. In the case of snails, you can source your feed from grasses, from roughages, from plant leaves, and from other roughages, leaves, and fruits to support your snail production. The ninth reason why it is easier to raise snail is that it is a good source of income even at international market. So snails can be a high source of income for you, and as because it is widely acceptable, and it is as in local as well as in international market. The 10th reason why you need to invest in snail production is the blue liquid. The blue liquid, that is the slippery or slimy liquid that the snail produce, is used in a number of enterprises like in skincare, and as well as to produce um to produce medication for skincare and for other things. So you can produce snail to produce those blue liquid, which is very highly um, income generating. The 11th reason why you should go into snail production is that snail meat is very rich in protein and iron. Snail meat is very rich in protein and iron. This makes it widely acceptable, and it does not have any form of fat. So it makes snail widely acceptable as a source of protein for a number of people. The 12th reason why you should invest in snail production is snail can survive even under adverse environmental condition. All you need to do is to make the snail pen conducive, so that even if the temperatures are high, you can provide water to cool down the snail pen. You can provide leaves to cover the snail pen, and you must ensure proper management. This will help the snails to adjust even in adverse environmental condition. Then the 13th point where you should invest in snail production is snail is highly of medicinal value, and it is used in treatment of hypertension, diabetes, very highly recommended for people with this ailment, and it will help them to overcome their ailments. So snail is highly highly acceptable for people that have ailments like hypertension, like diabetes. The snail are usually found in high class menus, in cuisines, and in world class menus. You can find it is highly acceptable as a valuable source of protein in international markets, in cuisines, and on menus, in restaurants, in high class occasions. You'll find snail in the menu. And the last one here is snails can be kept in different places, in trench, in boxes, in snail pen or snail house, just as your income capacity is, and makes it widely widely easy for even small scale farmers to be able to venture into snail production. Likewise, commercial farmers can also venture into snail production in a large scale. And so far, we've been able to cover the advantages of snail production and what we can benefit going into snail production. Please and please, it is very important for us to hear from you. So leave a comment down below and let us hear about this course, uh, what you perceive of this course. It will help us to provide better courses in the future.